Hi, it's Rob. Welcome to another video. And over the Easter period I went down to London, see my son Alex and his girlfriend Claudia. So I went record shopping. Had a really good time. I thought I'd show you what I picked up in London. I found the prices pretty fair really in London. You always get the odd head scratcher, but generally I thought the prices were pretty good. And while I was in London, I managed to go over the milestone of 2,000 subscribers. So if you're a subscriber to my channel, I really appreciate that. And if you drop comments and give my videos thumbs up, it's really appreciated. So what did I get in London? This is what I got in London, quite a few records. I got down there on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, me and Alex's girlfriend, my son was working on the Thursday as a teacher, so me and Claudia went shopping. She took me to Spitalfields Market, which is in the East End of London. A really good sort of market with second-hand goods, places to eat around the Brick Lane area. I'd not been there before, but there was a few people selling records, so I was happy. And there was a guy with about 8 crates, and I bought a few records. So show you what I picked up off that guy. So I picked up what I always do when I'm in London, or if I'm not in Manchester, I pick up Manchester related records. I picked up Morrissey 12-inch November Spawned a Monster from 1990. So this was £8, so I was pleased to add that to the collection. Also picked up a 12-inch single of Promised Land by the Style Council with the hype for a £5. So I remember Paul Weller performing Promised Land on Top of the Pops. It must have been maybe 88 or 89, a little bit uncomfortable. It's not the best mover. I did buy this when it came out, but it got lost and I needed it in the collection. I've got most of the Style Council 12 inches, so I was pleased to have this for a £5. And also the first record that I saw in the bins was The Wedding Present, this 12-inch from 1986, containing This Boy Can Wait and You Should Always Keep in Touch with Your Friends, as well as Living and Learning. Really good. I'm really into The Wedding Present at the moment. Bit of a renaissance. I did see them in '87. And I've always been a fan, but I seem to be listening to them more than ever. So it's on Reception Records. So pleased to have that in the collection. And also he had some quite nice 7-inch singles for £1. So I picked up The Truth and Stepping in the Right Direction from 1983. And then near Spitalfields Market is Rough Trade. So I went in Rough Trade. They had a sale on, they had some good stuff, but I was mindful that I was going to be going in record shops for 3 or 4 days. I didn't want to overspend on the first day. Nobody will guess in a million years which record I picked up. So it's a soundtrack to one of my favourite films, which is The Odd Couple, starring Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. And yeah, for £7. Pleased to have this in the collection. As I say, one of my favourite films, and it does have some of the dialogue. And if you're a fan of this film, you know it's a bit of a classic. So pleased to have that in the collection for £7. And as I say, in London, I did find the prices to be pretty good. And on the Friday, so me and Alex, Claudia went up to visit her parents in Liverpool. So it was me and Alex. So we just ate takeaway food, drank beer, watched football and went record shopping. Kind of the ideal weekend. So we went to a record shop in Hackney, which was only about 3 or 4 stops on the tube from where Alex lives. So Atlantis Records was an absolute gem of a place. I think John's the owner. I did speak to him for a couple of moments. There's records everywhere. It's one of those places where you've really got to dig and you'll find some good stuff. There's quite a few decks there, so you can spin what you find. And if you're in Hackney, Atlantis Records is the place to go. So I picked up Cabaret Voltaire for £10. from Sheffield from '85, and this is called The Convent, the Sword and the Arm of the Lord. So I think it's got a different name in America, and this has got the inner. So I've only got a few 12 inches by Cabaret Voltaire, so this is one I've always fancied. It's got good reviews. Alex was spinning it and liked it. I took his word for it. I spun it. I wasn't overly keen on it. I did stream it later at work and I maybe enjoyed it a little bit more. Feels very dated to me. Although it was maybe ahead of its time in '85. You can hear a bit of Malcolm McLaren in there and Out of Noise. A couple of the tracks stand out, but on the whole, I was a little bit disappointed with it. But it's in the collection now. I'm not sure whether it's a keeper. I picked up a Fela Kuti live album. Came out in 1977, recorded in '76. So I was pleased to see this. And the price was pretty reasonable as well. The condition's pretty good. It's on Aphrodisiac Records. And it's Fela Live JJD, which is Johnny Just Dropped. And yeah, it's what you'd expect from Fela Kuti. It's the same track more or less on both sides. Really funky, 24 minutes of good fun. So pleased to have this in the collection. And I picked up Theatre of Hate, Do You Believe in the Westworld? I think it's from '81 this. This is one I used to have in my collection. And I've always liked it, but for some reason I didn't have it anymore. So when I saw it, I think it was a £5. I was pleased to have that. And he had a record by Triptides Azure. So I didn't know anything about Triptides. So I put this on the decks and gave it a listen. It's very reminiscent of Real Estate and Beach Fossils. Two of my favourite American bands at the moment. Indie, jangly guitars. I think this is the 4th album from 2015, I think. Great listen. Really pleased to have this in the collection. It was the cover, really. Don't know why they've got that font in the middle, but the cover attracted me. I gave it a spin and really enjoyed it. Like I say, it's a 4th album. Really good, from California, I think. So yeah, Triptides and Azure. And this was a £5. It's the African Typic collection. So I'll just give this a quick spin. Pretty interesting. Maybe because I've picked up Fela Kuti, I was in the mood. And for a £5, I thought it was something worth picking up. So as I say, could have spent a fortune in there. We was a little bit restricted for time because we wanted to go back and watch a little bit of the football. So we was only in there for maybe an hour and a half, but there's crates and crates of records in there. The lighting maybe isn't the best. There was people coming in that Atlantis Records all the time speaking. You can tell they were regulars. Really good shop. Really recommend it. And as we were going back to Hackney Station, as you come out of Hackney Station, there's a record shop called Tones Records. So we went in there. Pretty good shop. As I say, I was trying to restrict myself from buying stuff. I saw quite a lot of stuff in there. But Alex has got my original copy of Brotherhood by New Order. This was a really nice copy of it for £18. So I decided that I needed it in my collection. So I picked that up from Tones Records, another shop. As you come out of Hackney Station, it's more or less facing. So nice little shop worth visiting. And then on the Saturday, me and Alex went to Greenwich and we went to Music Vinyl Exchange in Greenwich. And I bought Alex a few records. Downstairs is all the cheap stuff. Upstairs he had some good stuff as well. And I picked up this record by a band called The Map Room. So I'd never heard of The Map Room. I sampled this in the shop. And discovered it's sort of so good. This it was on Discogs and hardly anyone's got it. I I think that Azure record, Triptides, it got reissued maybe about 500 copies a few years ago. If you could maybe pick that up, I'm sure you'd enjoy it. But the Map Room are a duo from Auckland in New Zealand. This is sort of atmospheric indie. My description won't do it justice. This is so good. And it's been reduced from £5 to £4, and this is such a great buy. They've only released 2 albums. This is from 2017, their second album. They've not done much since, so, but this, if you ever see it, you're probably unlikely to see it, but yeah, it's called Weatherless, and it's excellent. And on the Monday, me and Alex went to Soho, and we went to Sister Ray Records. Also went to Reckless Records. I found the prices in there really competitive. There was some good stuff in there, but I ended up going to Sister Ray Records on the famous Berwick Street, where the Oasis album, What's the Story, was photographed, and I picked 2 records up from there. Also, when I was at Spitalfields Market, I picked up a copy of Looking magazine. So if you're of a certain vintage and you're in the UK, this was 10 pence in 1978. This is the sort of thing you can pick up at Spitalfields Market in mint condition. Just looks like it's come out of the newsagents, and it's about 45 years old. So Elvis Costello on the cover of Looking. So back to Sister Ray Records. Downstairs is where the vinyl is, and they had quite a good sale, couple of racks sale records, and I'd never heard McEnroe. So this is sort of some sort of documentary about John McEnroe, who's one of my favourite Americans, one of my favourite sportsmen, and I sampled this because I'd never heard it before. And it's Felix White. So Felix White is the singer. I think he's a singer with the Maccabees. So the Maccabees, a British indie band from sort of the mid-2000s. I've seen them live. They split up maybe about 10 years ago. He's done a few sort of soundtracks, and this is so dark and atmospheric, very much like Blade Runner or Chernobyl. I absolutely love this. And I was sampling it in the shop, and I'm thinking, this is just brilliant. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I didn't realise Felix White was one of the main guys in the Maccabees. But yeah, stream this, give it a listen. It's on blue vinyl. McEnroe, excellent. And finally, I picked up this Talk Talk sort of bootleg unofficial release, Force of Nature. And this came out a couple of years ago. It's on yellow vinyl. I'll show you the vinyl. It's on yellow vinyl, and it's 2 concerts, one from '83 and one from '86. So the '83 is the early Talk Talk stuff. So it's got Such a Shame, Party's Over, Dum Dum Girl, Talk Talk, and My Foolish Friend. It sounds pretty good. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's, I don't have much, you know, I've got all the Talk Talk studio albums, but reading about this, a lot of sort of Talk Talk fans want a proper official live album. Whether they're going to get one day, I'm not too sure. This was only £16, so I thought it was worth a gamble. Side 2 sounds slightly better, but side 1's pretty good. Life's What You Make It, Living in Another World, Give It Up, and It's My Life. So please have this in the collection. As a fan of Talk Talk, I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. So picked up quite a lot of stuff in London, had a great time, came back on the Tuesday and went back to work on the Thursday. So mainly, I would say a successful trip to London. As I say, I found the prices to be pretty reasonable. It was a pretty pleasant experience going record shopping in London. Not really that much different from Manchester or any big city in the UK. So if you want to make a comment, about this video, what I picked up. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and bye for now.